Batman issue 105 sees a young Bruce Wayne heading to his jet when he is confronted by Ghostmaker, who thinks that he's not ready to go back to Gotham since he doesn't understand what they are doing and building themselves into. Bruce isn't interested in hearing what he thinks, knowing unlike Ghostmaker, he's not a psychopath. The Masked Man knows that he's going to die in the first 6 months of his war in Gotham, and Bruce wonders why that's the man's problem, so Ghostmaker tells his friend that the world is broken and he thought he understood that. Having stayed up late many nights with Bruce, talking about how broken the world was and how they were going to make it better, not for glory or personal gain, but for the sheer art of it, since they were the only ones smart enough to gather the skills to change the world. Bruce wants to know why he thinks he can't just do that, and Ghostmaker knows that he's trying to stop crime that's already been committed by making a promise to his 8-year-old self. Bruce goes to leave, sick of the man telling him what to do, but Ghostmaker stops him, telling him he can't save everyone or even most people, and if every dead life cuts at his soul, it will whittle him down and eventually kill him. He wants Bruce to let go of his parents and his guilt and the idea of Bruce Wayne. The man says that they will have to start in the Southeast Asia area and dismantle crime there, moving between all of the small cities until they have built a high-tech base of operations that will move with them, and only then, in time, will they be able to tackle a city as big as Gotham. Bruce refuses that offer, called a coward by the man who knows he's afraid of becoming what Bruce knows he can be. Bruce says that he has no interest in not caring about people or giving up on his mission. He calls Ghostmaker sick and part of him is broken, and that same part isn't broken in Bruce. Ghostmaker attacks Bruce for his comments, as Bruce tries to say the man's name to calm him, but Ghostmaker says he never wants Bruce to utter his name again, instead demanding he be called Ghostmaker. Bruce says that if the man sets foot in his city, he will treat him like any other lawbreaker. Ghostmaker says that he's got no interest in Gotham, knowing he will never set foot in the sewer of a city, and Bruce won't go anywhere where he's set up camp in. Bruce leaves for his jet, telling the man to get out of his way since he never wants to see him again. In the present, Clown Hunter prepares to kill Harley Quinn, knowing he doesn't want to talk anymore since there's already been too much of it. Batman says that the kid is being played, and if he kills Harley, Ghostmaker will just come in and kill him, all to teach him a lesson about not caring for people. Bale knows that Batman doesn't care about him, but Bruce knows he does, knowing the boy's pain and how much he wants to make things right. Clown Hunter doesn't care for what Batman says, raising his sword as Batman snaps himself out of the restraints, throwing a batarang at Harley, who uses it to free herself. Batman grabs the weapon off of Bale, telling Harley to get out of there, but the woman doesn't go anywhere, confronting the boy, telling him that people often think that she is stupid, but her brain works perfectly well and knows how the boy feels, since it used to be her job to know how people feel. Harley says that the boy will learn that there is a lot of different paths in life and most of them mess you up. However, the boy needs to hear something from her, and afterwards, if he still wants to kill her, he can. Harley says that she doesn't remember the night his parents died, but it doesn't matter since she's done so many bad things, and if Batman says that she was there, then she was there. She apologizes for his parents being killed and any hand she had in it, and she's sorry it got so deep into his head it messed the boy up, and now he's ruining his life to make things make sense. Harley asks the boy's name, but he demands to be called Clown Hunter. However, she just still calls him Bale, telling him that there are consequences for doing things that make one feel strong. She knows this all too well, having been messed up for a while there, and along came this guy who told her everything she wanted to hear, making her think that he was just a broken person in the exact same way as her, and he loved that only he saw and heard her for what she really was. Clown Hunter doesn't want to hear about how she fell in love with the Joker, but Harley says that he was able to manipulate and control her and make her feel loved enough that she was willing to help him do terrible things, all because she wanted to feel strong as well and be the one with the power. Wiping her tears away, Harley says that because of all of that, she'll be dealing with the consequences of it for years to come, but she knows that she will always be Harley Quinn, and she wants to make the most of it by saving as many people as she tried to hurt. She tells Bale if he wants to kill her then he can, and she deserves it, telling Batman to stay back as the hero tries to intervene. Bale raises his knife but slams it into the table, leaving the room and demanding the heroes leave him alone. Batman thanks Harley, who tells Bruce that she meant it when she said she deserves death. Batman says that he will do everything in his power to help Bale as he grabs a sword, confronting Ghostmaker and telling Harley to get out of there there since he needs to talk to his friend. Ghostmaker says that he will catch the boy, and Batman knows he will since he's only a teenager with a baseball bat with no combat experience, so he's not much of a target. Angered at the comments, the villain attacks, asking what that was meant to prove, so Batman tells him he genuinely cares for the boy. He says that he could have killed Harley so many times over the years, or any of Joker's closest associates, but he knows that then nobody would learn or change, and nothing is made better because of it. Ghostmaker slashes Batman across the back, saying not everyone can be saved, but Bruce knows that most people can be. Batman locks swords with Ghostmaker, who says that Bruce is just protective of Bale because of his parents being killed, and the boy empathizes with the childish dream Bruce has. Bruce says that he recognizes it also as a man who has helped a lot of wayward young people to better themselves. He tells the villain that they are getting older and he's not done trying to save the city, and he doesn't think he'll ever be, since caring for people hasn't killed him yet. Ghostmaker knows it's come close a few times, but Bruce knows so has the villain, dropping his sword at the villain's feet, not wanting to battle the man anymore since they have been fighting for too long. Ghostmaker sheathes his swords, saying that he was hoping Bruce would come at him with one of his Batmobiles, since he always has been jealous of them. Bruce says he's building a new wheeled version of one, staying away from tanks this time. Ghostmaker says he'll watch it on the Ghostnet, but Batman says he doesn't have to, not wanting the man to leave Gotham and wanting him to stay and help him. The villain asks why, so Bruce says that he's getting older and the city's getting younger, and right now he doesn't have the resources that he used to, or the allies within the law enforcement and government. Ghostmaker says that he won't stop telling the man what he's doing wrong, and Bruce is glad since ever since Alfred passed, he hasn't been getting that in his life. He reassures the man that he won't need to wear a bat on his chest, as he reminds him he also has one rule, not to kill in Gotham, since not killing makes the job harder, but he understands if Ghostmaker doesn't want to risk failing at it. Rising to Bruce's challenge, the man says that Bruce's family has been waiting outside, having been made to watch as he beat Batman, hoping that they would learn something from it. Batman knows that they were out there, having given them the signal to stand back, wanting the man to come and say hello. Ghostmaker, however, says he just got an alert from Oracle, just as he lowered the Ghostnet blocks on her systems, detailing how the Circus of the Strange just hijacked the Gotham Symphony Orchestra. Donning his costume and cape and smiling at his friend, Batman and Ghostmaker race off, with the man thinking he can get to the orchestra before Batman, reminding his friend just how richer than Bruce he is, something Bruce is more than happy to concede since it means it's his shout for dinner after their battle, since he doesn't have a butler anymore. Batman issue 105 was a wonderful continuation of the Ghost Stories plot, as well as a fantastic quote-unquote mid-season finale for the book as it goes on a break until March 2021. I love the swerve with Ghostmaker actually teaming with Batman and becoming part of the family. I had an idea that he would be teaming with Batman since that seems to be where the story was headed anyway, but I assumed it would have kind of been a sort of last-ditch, sort of last option for the villain since he wasn't really too keen on it before. I like that they seem to have set aside their differences for now at least, for the betterment of Gotham, and I'm looking forward to seeing Ghostmaker's origin or his past kind of revealed a little bit more. We got a little bit here, and we got the first two letters of his first name, which are K and H, so that could lead to any number of variation on what his name could be and who exactly he is. Harley Quinn as well continued to get some really fantastic character development under Tynion, who doesn't shy away from all of the horrible shit she has done or been part of, and in fact embraces it, making the character know that she can't change the past, but she can shape her and others' futures and wants to do better. While I do kind of want her to head towards being a villain again and team up with Poison Ivy with that story that's been teased throughout Joker War, I just cannot help but get excited for what Tynion has in store for Harley in the future. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.